be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and click on the link in the description below to make sure you're on the Epoch Times mailing list. Because, believe it or not, we have once again been demonetized by YouTube. Maybe I should play the race card. So, to make sure that you don't miss any of our videos, make sure that you click on the link and you put on our mailing list so that every time we do a video, you will be noticed, whether or not that video has been demonetized. Upcoming programming note, we are arranging to have an interview with Tony Bobulinski, the longtime business associate partner with Hunter Biden, who has met with Joe Biden, says Joe Biden knew all about Hunter Biden's overseas experience, that Joe Biden personally benefited from him, that Joe Biden is the big guy to whom he is entitled to 10%. And there's some instances that suggest that Joe Biden got half, H-A-L-F as in Frank, half of what Hunter Biden raked in through his overseas business dealings, for which he was completely and totally unqualified. His only qualification was that he was the son of the vice president. Now, Tony Bobulinski had a press conference where he talked about the fact that Hunter Biden and Joe Biden were in business together, and clearly Joe Biden knew.
I'm making this statement to set the record straight about the involvement of the Biden family, Vice President Biden, his brother Jim Biden, and his son Hunter Biden in dealings with the Chinese. I've heard Joe Biden say that he's never discussed business with Hunter. That is false. I have firsthand knowledge about this because I directly dealt with the Biden family, including Joe Biden. I have also heard that Vice President Biden said on Tuesday that Senator Ron Johnson, the chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, should be ashamed for suggesting that Biden family sought to profit from their name. Well, here are the facts I know, and everything I'm saying is corroborated by emails, WhatsApp chats, agreements, documents, and other evidence. And the American people can judge for themselves. I brought, I guess, for record, 3 phones that spanned the years 2015 through 2018. These phones have never been held by anybody else besides myself. I was told this past Sunday by somebody who was also involved in this matter that if I went public this information, it would bury all of us, man. The Bidens included. I have no wish to bury anyone. I've never been political. The few contributions I have made have been to Democrats. But what I am is a patriot and a veteran.
As he pointed out, he is a patriot and a veteran, and that is why he's coming forward. What I didn't know until a recent Tucker Carlson show is that Tony Bobulinski did, in fact, meet with the FBI after the 2020 election and spent hours with them and was told that they were going to follow up, that they were going to have other meetings. His lawyer was apprised of that. And he says that as he was having these meetings with these FBI agents, they were appalled. They were stunned at the level of involvement Hunter Biden was in peddling influence, at the amount of money that Joe Biden was getting. Often they would get up and walk out of the room, he said. They were that stunned. So he just knew they were going to call him, and said that he'd be happy to have another meeting with them. Watch this.
Would you speak to the FBI again?
I'd be happy to.
At any time?
At any time. Not just the FBI, the U.S. Attorney. I mean, these facts are extensive, well-documented, easily verified, metadata, multiple sources saying the same thing. Zero chance that this has anything to do with Russia or disinformation.
So we've heard repeatedly accounts that there is or was a grand jury impaneled in Delaware.
Yeah.
What do you know about that?
I know one thing: I haven't been called in front of them, and which is surprising, disappointing. I don't know.
You were the business partner of the Biden family.
Some people say, aren't you happy that you didn't have to go through and sit in front of people for 20 hours getting asked 1,000 questions? And I say, no, our country deserves the facts. They need to know about the facts.
So he had this meeting with the FBI. They told him, my goodness, this is stunning, jaw-dropping. We're going to have follow-up meetings. Hasn't heard anything. His lawyer says, hasn't heard anything. Are you suggesting that there might be two-tiered tracks of justice? One, if you're a guy like Donald Trump, another, if you're a guy like Hunter Biden and Joe Biden? Say it ain't so. And Bobulinski goes on to talk about the millions that Hunter has been raking in. Watch this.
How much did Hunter expect to make from his business dealings with the Chinese?
Yeah, so not only Hunter, I wasn't interested. They had to work on me for years to sort of, call it come off the bench and get involved here. In the spring of 2017, I expected CEFC was going to deploy billions of dollars through Sinohawk, and I was focused on taking those billions of dollars and making a return on it. And I expected to make hundreds of millions of dollars. I think the Bidens probably thought they were going to make billions of dollars.
How much do you think Hunter, in the end, got from diverting this money? Do you think he received the money?
So he definitely received the money. I mean, the bank statements have been made public. He received over $5 million, and then I think an incremental $1 million in a legal consulting fee to represent Patriot, which is a story in itself.
So this seems very cut and dried.
Black and white.
This is just jaw-dropping. With the consumer price index increasing yet again, the stock market has been topsy-turvy. And what's our illustrious leader doing to quell the surge of inflation that's destroying American families? Oh yeah, spending more money and adding to the burden. Don't bury your head in the sand while your savings get decimated. Do something about it. Visit LarryForGold.com. Birch Gold will send you a free info kit on protecting your savings with gold and a tax-sheltered account. These are great people with almost 20 years experience converting IRAs and 401ks into precious metals IRAs. Don't allow the left to devalue your savings. Visit LarryForGold.com and claim your free, no-obligation info kit from Birch Gold. Again, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account, and Birch Gold will help you do it. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews, and thousands of satisfied customers. Check them out right now. Visit LarryForGold.com and secure your future with gold. Do it today. Tucker Carlson had a very long segment with Tony Bobulinski, the former business associate of Hunter Biden, who says he met with Joe, and that Joe was the big guy entitled to 10%, and that Joe met with a bunch of other associates, so that Joe was completely lying when he claimed he knew nothing about Hunter Biden's overseas activities. Now, I just knew that after this hour-long segment with Tucker Carlson, the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC would be forced to at least cover what Fox covered. And nothing. You cut on MSNBC, nothing. Cut on CNN, nothing. ABC, NBC, CBS, nothing. How do you omit what is arguably one of the greatest political scandals in the history of American politics? How do you do that? Easily. It's called media bias, media censorship. The same mentality that went into shutting down the Hunter Biden laptop story. Now, what Tony Bobulinski also pointed out is that so far, the Biden administration has been around almost 2 years. Not a single reporter, not one, has asked Biden about whether or not he ever met with Tony Bobulinski. And we talked about this before. The press covering the White House, 12 Democrats versus 1 Republican. And as Bobulinski pointed out, not a single one of them has raised a hand and said, "Excuse me, Jen Psaki, excuse me, Jean-Pierre, has Biden ever met with Tony Bobulinski?"
Imagine this, to this day, 2 years, Joe Biden is yet to be asked, did he ever meet with me?
Not one time.
Not one time.
You think it might have come up in conversation? I don't even think Peter Doocy of Fox News has asked either Jen Psaki or Karine Jean-Pierre whether or not Biden ever met with Tony Bobulinski. Complete and total pass. I hate to keep saying this. Can you imagine if this were the T-Rump administration? And there's a top business associate saying that, I was in bed with one of Trump's sons. We were doing all these business dealings, made all this money. And by the way, Donald Trump met with me and met with other associates of his son, even though Trump is saying that he never met with anybody. Can you imagine the outcry? They would run out of pitchforks because so many people would be going to Washington. Ah! But nobody seemed to care. Crickets. Hope you enjoyed that video. The full show is available to watch right now on Epoch TV. Just click the link in the description below to learn more, because we've got a country to save.